Fixxx on Dash Radio. Get the shit.
What's goody? What's really goody though? This is Codigo Red, and you already know it's another week with the Fixxx with my guys. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? How's your week been?
I'm good. This morning we dropped my mixtape late nights, early mornings, exclusively on the Fixxx app.
Okay.
So we got the DJ mix on there. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be dropping one a month. So that's the first one that we submitting or whatever. So go ahead and if you don't have the Fixxx app, download the app. The mixtape's on there, give you something to ride around and bump to. And you know, we just gonna keep coming with the heat every week like we always do. What's up with you, Stevie?
Shit, nigga, I'm high. As usual. I'm in this bitch blowed.
Yeah. He got them shades on that be fucking me up.
Yeah, I be driving with these motherfuckers on, man. You know what I mean?
Nah, they dope. They fly.
I could actually see at nighttime.
Oh, for real?
Motherfuckers on, yeah.
The motherfuckers I got from 9-5, them shits, when it's night, nigga, it's night.
Oh, yeah, you was there when I got these motherfuckers, right?
Yeah, the motherfuckers is dark, nigga. No stunting them motherfuckers on at night.
Yeah, no, I took these motherfuckers off the shelf and they never take the motherfuckers off.
I know, that's why
they go to sleep in these motherfuckers.
That's why like, shit cracked me up. The story behind them shades is comedy.
For sure. For free, nigga.
Free 99.
Free 99. Motherfuckers be actually think these like the old Versace motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like I get more compliments on this shit than anything. I'm
like,
this shit's hitting.
Yeah, them shits is fly.
With it. Yeah.
That's what I've done.
But the Versace joint? Yeah, that's why I gotta keep the hood over the joint. Niggas can't look too much. But I keep it real though, like nigga, these shits is free. Fuck.
Hell yeah.
They still fly as shit though. Shout out to 9-5.
Yeah, so tell us the previews we got for the hot topics in the second hour, and then let's go ahead and introduce the first guest, get into this interview. So what you got for us?
So we got Kevin Hart's wishes of hosting the Oscars have been crushed. We also have Mac Miller's mom speaking up about his Grammy nomination. We have J. Cole, who wasn't nominated.
Okay.
We have Ice Cube, you know, we brought up that he's going to be releasing his album, Everything's Corrupt. So we're going to chop up about that. And we have Kaylin Bennett, who is making history, actually. Kaylin Bennett is making history. He's a basketball player. And then we also have Cardi B and Offset. You know, that drama is crazy. And we got some funny shit about Ray J we're going to talk about. So
he ain't did nothing in a minute, too, so that's coming.
Exactly.
But let's go ahead and introduce the first guest.
Yeah, I mean.
He's a legend. You know, I grew up seeing him in movies. Shit, he's one of the reasons why I got a bald head. Him and Pac. I was like, nigga, I'm shaving my shit like my nigga Fredro and Pac. You know what I'm saying?
Fredro Pac.
You know? We got the legend from Onyx, Fredro Starr in the building. What's good, man?
Give it up.
What's goody?
Yeah, I mean.
Man, thanks for taking time to come on the Fixxx, man. I see you been touring lately, doing your thing, man, selling out shows. You know, how's that been?
Good, man. We just got back from Russia, man. It's cold.
Oh,
over
shit.
Here. It was freezing.
Shit.
Russia.
Yeah. Russia, Moscow.
What, Moscow? Yeah, that's dope.
Rostov on Don and all that.
Oh, shit.
I can speak Russian. Privyet.
And what's that mean?
That means what's up. Spasiba. Spasiba means thank you, and Pajosa means you're welcome. I got
shit. You got the basics. That's what's up.
Hey, Russia's exotic. You don't ever hear nobody say, "Hey, yeah, I'm going to Russia" like that.
Yeah, motherfuckers is doing their thing. That's it.
Yeah. I hear motherfuckers talking about the Russian females though.
Yeah, Russian females are always about, you know,
what
they always talk. I don't know. They seem like
they about that mail order bride. That's they about getting over here, getting to that chicken.
Yeah. So you was one of the originators from hip hop to go into films. You know, I always hear people talk about Pac, they talk about Cube and Ice-T, but I always think of you with films like Sunset Park, Ride, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Them the classics I like. How was that for you when you first started getting into movies from hip hop?
It was, you know, I was looking up at Ice-T, you know what I'm saying, and Ice Cube and all them dudes before me. So, you know, once I got with Jam Master Jay, you know, he put me in the game. Shout out to Jam Master Jay, R.I.P. When he put me in the game, it was just like, yo, I just wanted to be like Ice Cube. So that was my inspiration, you know what I'm saying? Ice Cube, Ice-T, them dudes like that. Me and Pac came in actually the same, kind of like the same year.
Okay.
So I couldn't really like look up to him at that point, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause we came in together.
Yeah.
Or like doing auditions and shit?
Nah, just, you know, we just came in the game at the same time on movies. He had, I think he had Juice and I had Strap, kind of like the same.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
that was his first movie and that was my first movie. I think that was the same year.
Wow.
Something like that.
You was on Moesha too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
He
trying to
was
think, was it
on
Moesha
Sunset
or the
Park.
Parkers? I was
Nah,
like,
he-
is it Moesha?
The
No,
movie,
no,
the
Moesha.
movie.
Yeah, Sunset Park. When he got
Sunset
shot
Park
for
was
the
my
jacket.
shit.
Right.
Yeah,
Rest
right.
in peace to Lamont Bentley, man. How
Yeah,
you doing
yeah,
for
yeah.
Moesha, man?
Wow,
Miss
yeah,
that
yeah,
brother, man.
yeah.
We had fun on that show,
Yeah.
but
I used to watch Moesha faithfully because my sister always kind of reminded me of her, and then I would
Okay.
see you, and you're
Okay.
like I think like my third favorite character because you're always so hard and stuff, you know, and
Yeah.
everyone knew
yeah,
who you were when you
coming
showed
from
up.
New York, you know that whole New York, you know that whole flavor, you know.
Man, we need to get in the Onyx out this bitch, nigga.
Word.
Yeah.
That's where the fuck this nigga. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
25
Like
years.
revolution,
It's the anniversary and
revolutionary.
shit,
Yeah,
25
That's
years
what's
since
up.
the
I remember I
first
couldn't
album.
even listen to that shit when I was a little nigga. I had to go hide and shit with my other niggas that would listen to Onyx and
Oh yeah.
Ghetto Boys, all types of shit. We used to study that shit.
Yeah.
Then try to go out there and smack the shit out somebody. That shit crazy.
Hell
That's some
yeah.
Philly shit. I swear to God, like
Yeah, shit.
that's the shit that gets you hyped in the motherfucker
Yeah.
though. Like before
Mm-hmm.
all of that shit, like that's
Yeah.
a huge inspiration. Do y'all sample shit out? Like y'all make
I mean,
like-
when we first came out, man, Dolores Tucker, she rolled our CDs over with Cypress Hill,
yeah,
Ice Cube,
yeah.
you know, like gangster rap,
Parental
like
advisory.
yeah, like she was trying to like, you know, like
Yeah.
the whole gangster rap thing. But nah, man, we still doing it 25 years, hardcore hip hop.
Yeah, that shit's still hot. That shit when that
Hell
shit come
yeah.
on the radio, nigga, I be wilding in the car
When I
with
played
the kids.
when I played high school ball, I used to listen to Onyx and
Mhm.
shit before the games. That used to get me hyped up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like music from that era was like a good soundtrack for sports.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
you play
saying?
basketball or football?
Basketball.
I mean, come on, Slam was like
Yeah.
Slang, that's what I'm saying.
Yo, people
Slang,
don't know
yeah.
like the Fab Five and all of them when they
Yeah.
was back in the days. They had the ball heads and all that. They was
Yeah.
rocking with the whole Onyx,
yeah,
the whole
that's all
flavor.
Onyx,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
That whole
culture right
image,
there.
That was
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Part of the whole
Mhm.
story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we was watching them on TV, like, yo, they rocking the whole Onyx shit. Like, you know, they all had the ball heads. You know what I'm saying?
And
Actually,
that
it wasn't
music's
no-
timeless though.
Yeah, it wasn't no other harder niggas out at that time.
Nah,
But
and that
y'all was
music-
the hardest niggas.
I
though.
feel like that
I mean,
music's
God's
timeless.
Effects, they had dreads though.
Yeah, them niggas do. They
Yeah.
just look scary, but they, you know.
Nah,
we
but
talking
Onyx,
about, like,
Onyx
hood.
shit was believable. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you know,
They got
Onyx,
on
yeah,
stage
yeah,
at
yeah.
the
Sticky
awards
Fingers, too?
blasting shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did you know that, Codigo?
Nah, that's
No,
probably before she
I'm
was
asleep.
even born.
You
off this
gotta-
Yeah, I
motherfucker,
don't
though.
even.
Yeah, I know. it
I gotta
probably
do my
was.
Yeah, she
research.
wasn't
That's
even born.
before her time.
Yeah,
way
hey, you
before.
need to research that. They got on the stage with the gun and pop, pop, pop
Yeah.
during the performance.
Police still looking for that gun. He's still looking for it right now.
You don't get no realer than that though, my nigga.
Real
That
shit,
yeah.
man. So, you know, coming from an era where, you know what I'm saying, what you rapped about, you was really about. What trips you out about this era now? You know what I'm saying? Not trying to set it up to where like you shitting on the new era, but like you come from like whatever you spoke about, you was about. So.
I mean, a lot of these kids, to me, I mean, coming from a lot of rappers are coming from the hood, the ghetto. They trying to get out. You know what I'm saying? Say they family and you know what I'm saying, like make it out.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was just one of the ways to make it out.
Mm.
I'm just one of the guys who actually got a record deal back then. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like I'm more realer than the next person because I think we all from the same place.
Mm.
But some people just keep it a little too real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Then they
yeah.
go overboard with it and then it kind of backfires on them. You know what
Hell
I'm saying?
yeah.
So you got to have a fine line of where to draw the realness at because, you know, we was, you know, going to shows. We had 30, 40 people with us.
Yeah.
And believe me, out of 30 or 40 people, they all had cases or all was gangster.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't nobody, you know what I'm saying, coming from church with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody was coming from the block. you know
And he
what I'm
ain't
saying?
lying because
No, we talking about Onyx
when
right
I was
here,
back
nigga.
home in San Diego, it was when the last Super Bowl we had in San Diego. No, it was the last Super
I was
Bowl.
out there.
Yeah, I was in the mall.
I was out there.
And I looked to the left, and I saw Onyx and like 30 niggas.
Yo, I was out
Mobbing. I was like,
I was
God.
at the Super Bowl. I remember that, yo.
Yeah, they
Word.
walking in the mall. I was
Wow.
like, God. I was a
Yeah.
kid in like high school, like ninth
Wow,
grade. And I'm
wow.
looking. I'm like, they got that nigga
I
Fredro
never
Starr over
forgot
there.
that joint with the
Yeah,
city.
yeah,
that's
and
what's up.
when I'm young too,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you know
it's fire.
everything I saw on TV, I was like, man, I ain't going over. That nigga might try to swing over me. You know what
Nah,
I'm saying?
nah,
You know
it's
you
all love.
young. You know you young.
One
you don't
of
know.
one of them 30 niggas
Yeah,
gonna
hell
do
yeah.
something. But yeah,
Yo,
that's
but look at Ice Cube, man. Like he had the gangster image forever.
Hell
He's
yeah.
still, his face is still the same. Like,
Yeah.
but he's a nice guy. You know
Hell
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's kind of like you gotta have the fine line. Like
Yeah.
you ain't gonna fuck with Ice Cube because
Nah, hell
he
nah.
official, but you know he he a family man. He's
Yeah.
still a real person.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is, man.
he
You know?
switched
Yeah.
his whole image up. You don't even think Ice Cube smoke weed and shit, like or do anything bad. He
Yeah.
just
Right,
so
right.
his images so look like strapped by the
That
book.
nigga got them checks.
But that's yeah.
Then nigga got them
Big checks.
consistent
Hey,
checks.
this nigga speaking from experience though. Like at some point you do gotta clean your fucking act up if you really trying to get to the bread.
Right.
Especially out here in Hollywood, like they ain't playing that shit. Yo.
Nah.
Ice Cube steady wrecking around with the mad face, and about to ask you, what's up with the mad face?
Nigga, that's
color line?
Onyx.
The Mad Faces is my, Onyx
Talk
merch.
about it, yeah.
Onyx merch.
That's lit,
OnyxHQ.com.
That's
You can
dope.
get the Mad Face hoodies. I toast it. I just want to make sure everybody in the world got the Onyx logo on. I don't
That's
care
dope.
about the
Dope.
money or nothing. I just want to keep the brand going for over 25 years.
That's
Because I
dope.
feel like we got kind of like the best logo in hip hop. I mean, you got Wu-Tang logo, this high, EPMD. You got Run DMC logos. I feel like Onyx logo is amongst the top 5 logos in hip hop.
It's definitely relevant.
You know,
More relevant than what you just said. Which one did you just said?
EPMD.
Yeah,
got a dope
EPMD.
logo.
Yeah, they got a dope
Public
logo.
Enemy, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because
Run
sometimes
DMC,
people might
yeah.
not like your music, but they could wear your logo or your T-shirt. Your T-shirt ain't really saying nothing, but it's art kind of in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So they can enjoy the art.
Yeah.
As far as like the
No,
logo.
Onyx meant a lot to us.
Yeah.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
I can honestly say personally, growing up in Philly, like on some like North Philly, West Philly shit, listening to
215.
Onyx, nigga.
Shit,
You feel me? That shit
Philly
was, you know
hard.
what I mean? Like the first time, I'm gonna tell you a funny story, right?
Hmm.
So the first time I got locked up when I was 12, and it was in New York, and I was 12, and the other niggas I was with was 13 and 16. So I went to Spofford,
Damn.
and they went to Rikers.
Man, he went to
Right?
Spofford.
Yeah, I went to
That's
Spofford for 3
crazy.
weeks, right?
Wow.
So when I got home on some prank call shit, we called my mom that was locked up in Rikers Island, and we like, yo, peace to the brothers on Rikers Island, like on some like little kid shit though.
Yeah.
But I like fucked his whole world up. But just the statements that came from their music, it shifted a whole culture. Like
Yeah.
everybody paid attention to what the fuck Onyx was talking about for at least 3 or 4 records.
Right.
You
When
know
I
what I
said
mean?
peace to the niggas from Rikers Island, a couple of my friends was on Rikers Island at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So that came from
Real
some
life
real
shit.
life shit.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
just,
yeah.
to play around with it, but Rikers Island, if people don't know, that's like where adolescents come up and it's a jail system in New York City and it's fucked up.
Fucked up.
Kids is getting railroaded there. Like you said, you was 12 years old, they locked you up. Like who locks up a 12-year-old kid? Like,
Yeah.
like you know what I'm saying? Call your mother. Like it couldn't have been that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like come on, B.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, when you're 12, that's more like you said, call your mom. Your mom
Yeah.
beat your ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Set you straight before you fuck up again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was a nice little case, but I wanted to go home, but just knowing that back in the day, you actually had to be about the shit you rapped about, though.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing, like like, all right, damn, we running the Onyx, them niggas is crazy, you don't want to test them.
I'm telling you, I
But
seen them
today-
niggas
but
in the
these-
mall 30, 40 deep.
But
Ninth
today,
grade, I'm like,
you
nigga,
like, these
hell, I
niggas
ain't going
today
over
is
there.
you know what I mean? Today, these
I
niggas
can
today
picture
is
your
like,
ass
what you,
looking
like,
scared,
you
too.
already know these niggas ain't about the shit they be talking about. So the substance
clown.
gone, you feel me? Like,
Yeah,
what you
well,
think
you know,
about that?
I think hip hop it has this next generation going on. You know what I'm saying? When we came up, hip hop before us was Kid and Play, Salt and Pepper. And,
Yeah.
it was
Dancing
De
and
La
shit.
Soul, and
Yeah.
it was more about dance. Like,
Yeah.
and I was part of that generation too. What's so crazy with me? I saw all generations of hip hop. I was able to see. I'm at the age where I was able to see. Saying the Grandmaster Flashes. You know what I'm saying? The Run DMCs, the LL. I was part of that culture too. I saw that. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
dope.
Firsthand. And the 90s culture, I was a part of that culture, not just watching it. So I was watching it the whole time, Run DMC and all these guys up to Rakim, all the way up into like leaders of the new school I was watching. You know what I'm saying? Then I got on, and then I was part of that culture that I was watching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then at one point, I was on top of that culture. Like we was the lead in 93. We was the top of the culture. You know what I'm saying? It was ill. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, yo, wow, I'm taking a picture with LL. We on the same record label. This is crazy. Like this is the nigga poster I had up on my wall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So could you say that?
And now I'm watching hip hop kind of like far back, and I'm watching the younger generations do what they do, and I'm observing again, kind of. You know what I'm saying? So let them kids do what they do. Hip hop is a young sport, just like basketball and football. The kids is coming in basketball 18 right now, right out of high school. That's hip hop is young,
Yeah.
16, 17, 18. They define what the $1 billion companies is gonna make.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's coming from a young perspective, and it always has been. You know what I'm saying? When we got on, we was 18. Stick couldn't even sign a contract.
Damn.
When Stick signed this contract, he had to forge like he wasn't even 18. Like niggas don't even know the story. Like he had to get that bag though.
Hell yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
Them
he was
bags was
17.
big, too.
He was like, fuck it, I'm signing. He was 17. He could have sued the whole fucking Def Jam.
Yeah.
Y'all signed the underage kid. I think that happened to Little Pump or some shit. Well, they signed it, then it's like he was in
They
young
gonna
Shit,
go for that
niggas
bag,
gonna
though.
get their money.
Yeah,
they
they
ain't
gonna
gonna
go
give a
for that
fuck
bag.
about.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
We
saying?
talk
Fuck
about
all
that shit later.
Hell yeah.
Hand that
Right,
check
right.
over, bruh.
So
Real
that's, you know,
shit.
see,
So coming up when, like you said earlier, you and Pac was coming up pretty much at the same time with the movie scene and everything. You got any stories about you and Pac from back in the day when y'all met?
a couple of stories, yeah, man. But I think everybody see the picture with me and Tupac at the Sunset Park premiere. That's like the only picture I've ever seen, like with me and him. I know there's more pictures, but that's the only picture I ever seen. You know what I'm saying?
Was that from when you ran into him and Suge that time?
Yeah, it was the
Okay.
Sunset Park premiere. You know
Okay,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
And, he was part of the soundtrack. MC Light, I think, a couple other people, but it was mad people on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And Tupac was on there. And,
Yeah, tell us that story though when you met him.
he just came to the premiere. Rolls Royce.
Oh, shit.
I was like, yo, this nigga's in a drop Rolls Royce, my nigga, looking
Yeah.
like, mobster gangster.
Yeah.
Rolling with the whole, Suge Knight and the whole,
Death
West
Row
Coast
shit,
crew. This
yeah.
shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, this nigga's at the premiere. I didn't know he was coming. You know what I'm saying? They didn't tell me, like, people from Sony Pictures or whoever, whoever did the distribution of the movie. They didn't tell me he was coming.
Yeah.
I'm just, my premiere. I'm just doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Shout to Terrence Howard and all these dudes.
Yeah.
And we all there, my man. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody that was there on Sunset Park, which was one of the funniest movies to me. I think Sunset Park was a classic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Antoine Tanner and the whole crew. Like when Pac was there, so I'm watching him watching me on the screen.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, this nigga watching me on the
crazy.
screen. Like,
That is
it's
crazy.
my time, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm 30 feet high. You know what I'm saying? He got his popcorn, having a great time. Every time I look, he's like, "Oh shit!" Like he was into this shit, like because it was a hip hop movie.
Hell yeah.
So he was bopping to the shit, like it was a fun time. Then we smoked in the parking lot and then ran into Suge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout to Suge Knight. At the time, he wanted me to be a part of Death Row. He was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck that, nigga. You need to be on Death Row." Maybe he was just caught in the moment, but it never went nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm with Jam Master Jay. Man. I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
We need more movies like that now though.
We need an Onyx movie.
Like that'd be a dope
See?
biopic.
We already,
That's-
it's
we
already
need-
in
no,
we need
motion
we need
right
the
now.
Onyx
that's what's
Netflix.
up.
It's
We need
already
the
in
Onyx
motion.
Netflix
Shout
boy.
to my man.
Nah,
Never do
Netflix?
Netflix. Whoever got the bag.
Yeah, Netflix got the
Cause Netflix,
Infinity
you can
bag,
do
though.
you can
Whoever
do
got the
multiple.
Yeah,
Whoever
do
got the
multiple.
bag.
Like
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit.
Just
That's
own
how
the
they should. I feel
motherfucker.
they should have did the Pac movie like that on Netflix. Cause you could have really gone to his whole life instead
They
of
still could
limited
do-
to.
They still could do another.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
Netflix was popping when they started to do the Pac shit.
Right.
Now everybody know Netflix popping.
Yeah.
This shit go on there. But I mean, they
but we
Pharrell doing a lot of good things over there.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean, it's a great platform to
Yeah.
tell.
But that Onyx biopic, that
It's
shit gonna
already
be
done.
fire.
you could
The
do
script
you
is-
could do
the
whatever the
script is
fuck you
written
want to
already.
do.
That
in
shit gonna be
joint.
fire.
Shout to my man Taheem. He got a movie called Equal Standard. We just finished with Ice-T.
Oh, dope.
He wrote the script. I wrote the whole story. I wrote the manuscript. And then I
Okay.
gave it to him. He put it in the script form about Onyx younger years.
Okay.
With the 4 members. Rest in peace to Big DS. He's at hip hop heaven right now, having records and all that. But the 4 members before even Sticky got in the group, it takes you back in the time. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just 4 kids from Queens. Well, actually from Brooklyn. We moved to Queens, just trying to get out the ghetto.
Yeah.
And it's our story. Everybody got a story, and I feel like everybody has a story. It's just how you present it.
Mm. So from all those movies you made back in the day, which one was the one you liked the most? Because my personal favorite was Ride. I thought this nigga was comedy and Ride.
Yeah.
I think my favorite would have to be probably Strapped
Strap? Okay.
with Bokeem with Bomb.
Okay.
That was my
Yeah, that
first
nigga
movie.
Bokeem, that nigga.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing. It was like action. I'm looking this way. They like, nah, nigga, the camera this way. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Wow.
Like it was like it was my first movie.
Yeah.
And Forrest Whitaker took a chance with me. You know what I'm saying? And I took the chance, and it was like I took it fearlessly. You know what I'm saying? When I look at that movie, I'm like, damn, this kid was like just fearless, because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
Really. It was just pouring out of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All emotions and the whole shit, because it was like not just being in the movie, but just being the whole set, the whole shit, everything was just like, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
movie star
You
time.
gotta handle that shit.
Yeah.
So, you know.
The pressure.
They
and all
said
that.
Cube was like that with Boys in the Hood. They said that nigga didn't even want to read the script.
Right.
And John Singleton kept saying, nigga, read it. And then he finally read it.
Right.
And he had the same feelings you had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think both of you guys just got that acting bug just as good as your music was. You guys just a lot of dope shit, man.
Yeah.
Like I made my daughter at the beginning of the year, I made her watch fucking Sunset Park because I got that shit on DVD over here.
Yeah.
I was like, we gonna watch this shit. And she liked it.
That shit educational though.
Yeah.
Real
it's always
shit.
messages
And it's
in those
classic,
movies.
man, because it's a basketball movie. And basketball will never play out.
Yeah.
Never.
You can see above the rim, you know what I'm saying? And all these movies like that, it's just classic movies. You know
But all those movies, if you like all those movies, the soundtracks was hard.
Yeah.
Above the Rim soundtrack hard.
Yeah.
Sunset Park soundtrack hard. Like you don't really see no shit like that now. And that's what I'm saying. Like that music is timeless. And then when you hear that music, it takes you back to that time, man. That's why
I couldn't even
honestly,
afford shit back then. I would probably seen that shit on TV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that shit was. I remember looking at the commercials though, like damn, that movie looked dope as shit. But not really being like, oh, I can't wait till it come out because.
Now they selling your Sunset Park jersey and
I
shit.
saw that shit. They selling everybody.
Hell yeah.
I see
it's the time to come
them
up
niggas
now.
got the white shadow jersey. I see they got all types of shit. That's ill.
That's lit.
Hell
I mean, I could definitely see the Onyx merch.
And nobody
movement,
coming at that company like, they just rock it. You know
Hell
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Every time I see
Nobody
some-
really got no licenses
I
rights
know,
to that
that's
shit though. It's
crazy.
just you could just make that shit.
That's
Like
ill.
That shit
y'all
hard.
can make that shit.
Word.
Since
Bring
you
that-
said that
should
you-
make that shit. Make
since-
your own jersey. Bring that shit out. That shit a hit.
We gonna do the Onyx jerseys, the ones we
Okay.
had in the React
Oh,
video.
in the
they
movie, in
coming
the video,
soon.
yeah, that's lit.
That's what's
I
up.
definitely need one.
I'm
of
gonna buy
those
me
ones.
one of those.
Yeah.
Since you said you've seen all the phases of music and you're peeping what's going on right now, what do you think's next for hip hop?
It's going back to hip hop. I think I think hip hop is going back to that original message, not just the music, but just the message of hip hop. I think there's gonna be more messages in hip hop, and I think look at the Meek Mill album that just came out, the championship joint. Like he's talking like he went through something, and now you hand it through his music. So I just think hip hop is gonna go back to where people can actually learn from hip hop, because like you said, hip hop taught you a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
Has some substance.
Yeah, substance. I think it's gonna get back to that. Back to the.
We hope.
Back to the boom
Right?
bap.
This is what I say. I think I want to hear a new nigga speak over an old beat. That's what I want to hear. I want to see one of these new niggas really rip an old beat.
The thing is,
I swear to God, I
Have you
must
heard
have been
that
bugging. I think I heard Future rhyming on a Wu-Tang beat. Am I
Yeah,
bugging?
yeah.
No, I think
no,
it was like Protect Your Neck or something. I
no,
heard
it
Future
was-
on it, and I was like, wait.
No,
a
it's
minute.
2 Chains.
Was it 2 Chains?
Yeah, it was Wu
It was
Wu
2 Chainz.
Chains.
It was
Wu
2 Chainz,
Chains.
right?
Yeah, the Wu Chains album.
That shit was
something like that. It was
ill.
dope. Yeah.
oh yeah.
But like I'm talking about the nigga spitting some bars.
But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
that contrast was kind of bugged me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, hip hop is going back. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, niggas is going
niggas
back.
is trying.
And
right?
it's just like, it's still a rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Because you had niggas who was, from my era trying to rhyme on trap beats or whatever, trying to, change the rhythm up, and it worked for some, and it don't work for some. So I could see trap artists trying to rhyme on hip hop beats.
like
You know
with the
what I'm
with the melodies and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What artists in the game right now you think would be dope for Onyx to just do a track with? I could see you guys with like Dave East or some shit.
Nah, I like that kid Sheck West. I like Sheck West. He dope.
Okay.
My sons like that. My kids, they like that. Can you play that record? They be wild. So I like that. You know what I'm saying? And Dave East is definitely dope. He's representing the East Coast of that boom bap. He's still, he got that flow. So yeah, he's dope too.
Yeah. I don't like see y'all. I definitely like all the shit y'all be coming out with. Y'all should be making niggas want to just go bomb on niggas.
I'm telling you.
Real
Who's
shit.
your-
Just make you
A
just
lot
want
of
to run
niggas
up on
probably
them.
got
Who's your
Face
top
split.
5?
My top 5
Your top 5 rappers right now.
ever or
Damn.
now? Like
Give me both.
that's 10. That's 10. That's 10.
All time.
I think on my all time I have to be. I mean, I gotta say Run from Run DMC.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, like for some reason he like resonated with me when I grew up. Like he had the charisma, he had the style, he had everything. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just, I wanted to be like that. That's who I wanted to be like Ron and LL and those dudes. Like when I saw what they was doing and how the crowd was feeling to their music, I was like, yo, I want to be a part of that. So that right there alone would put him like number one to me. But as far as like lyricists, you got to go with Biggie, Tupac, Nas, Jay-Z. He's dope. But I wouldn't put him in the top 5.
You wouldn't put Jay in the top 5?
No, I wouldn't.
No, Jay was listening.
No, I want to know the reason why.
Because it's like too many people from that same era in the top 5. I would have to go with somebody like Rakim, who meant a lot to me too. You know what I'm saying? So,
let me ask you this. So, do you think if Big L didn't die, Jay would be that big?
Big L is one of the nicest ever.
Right?
No. When they was on the radio station, they went back to back. I remember that freestyle they did, the Big L and Jay-Z freestyle. That shit was
the battle?
classic. It wasn't a battle.
Well, no,
it was just on the radio. It was crazy. I forgot what radio show it was, but I listened to that shit. Like
Stretch and Bobito.
That's what it was. It was crazy.
Yeah,
and Big L went in.
Yeah. Now he murdered him. Like Jay changed his whole style up after that. Though.
Like I say, he murdered him. It was
the
Big
style
L is nice.
The style.
I'm not gonna say you don't know the future.
I'm a huge Jay fan, so I like try to study this shit.
Right.
But I remember when Jay had a different style and Big L had that style.
I think if he was still alive, I think it would have been room for everybody. I don't think it would have been one or the other. You know what I'm saying? I think it would have been room for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I want to see more of that. Niggas going to radio stations and trading bars like that.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
You can't even put two artists on the radio stations together nowadays because everybody want to be beefing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit fuck it up for the fans.
Nah, but
man.
sometimes you still see like on
niggas had ciphers though.
On
back
ciphers,
then.
they still do it right now. Niggas get down. And
That's the shit from back home though. Like niggas had ciphers and the substance was there. I don't know.
It's gonna get back to that, like I'm telling you.
So why do you feel like there's been a decline in that though? The ciphers.
Because hip hop wasn't there. Hip hop is in a different place.
Yeah.
For a couple of years, I think hip hop was kind of like I always say, like back to that Kid and Play era where it's kind of just fun and
dancing.
Dancing.
Yeah.
I think it's in that era. I think it's phasing out of that, and I think it's getting into more of like
lyrical,
some real shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's not real.
Yeah.
My son be put me on the like lyrical niggas too. Like, what's the mixed kid that he looked white, but he.
You talking about Logic?
Logic, and I mean,
yeah, all right.
And not to say that
he's too good.
Yeah, he's just good. Like he just a rapper, like a good
rapper.
Just
be too good for me. Like he just
but he has more substance than a lot of those mumble rappers though.
Oh yeah,
he actually saying something.
Definitely.
So my son bringing that to my attention, I'm like, well, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, his Under Pressure album.
My son know all his words though, so I'm like, okay, well, these generation of kids is coming out like they're listening. They want to have a voice, not like the ones we're listening to now. So I can actually see.
No, he's been spreading the message of all types of things and all of that.
Yeah, he good with it though. Like the lyrical content, like that's what uplifted us, and hopefully our kids get that because these kids.
Do you all feel like?
Do
you all feel like that's why Logic may not be as popular as he could be because he's kind of having that like more lyrical.
I think he is popular.
No, he is popping, but I mean like you don't see him in the forefront though when you're looking at.
Well, most of the time artists like that ain't never in the forefront though.
He moving units.
He moving,
yeah, but they used to be. That's what I'm saying.
He got popular in certain circles and certain, I would say certain.
Well, his demographic, he got my son's attention. And that's how I look at it from a demographic standpoint. Yo, if you got him from 12 all the way up to whatever, like you basically, they going to grow up with Logic. Whatever he put out, he going to have those fans.
I think another reason too is because he's most kids, like the ones you're talking about from that circle, they want to see the whole package. Like for instance, Tekashi, he got the music, but then he talked the shit. He got the look and all that. Logic look like a nigga walking down the street that could rap. So he don't have that superstar look. You know what I'm saying? He just look like If you didn't know that nigga rapped and you walk down the street, you'd be like, look at this goofy ass nigga.
You wouldn't even think that
Like,
nigga,
real
you wouldn't even
shit.
think that nigga was black.
Like real shit.
Yo, he in the gym now. Why you better not say that? I said he got his, he in the gym.
Politic button just came up.
But I see like he doesn't fit the ordinary like
the
hip hop
criteria,
criteria of
The
a
look.
rapper with the chain on and
Yeah.
you know,
But the white dudes, they got their own little rap circle. They
Right,
doing
right.
millions.
Right.
You don't
Yeah.
need.
he got his
You
own.
really don't even
power
need
in
black
his
people no
own-
more,
in his
really.
own
Yeah.
world. Everybody got their own
That's
world.
true.
that
Yeah,
they're
you don't
popular
even need black people's validation no more.
But
be
then you
honest
gotta
with you,
you
the
gotta
new
also
numbers,
remember like
Because
niggas
the
like
website niggas, them niggas that be battling and beefing,
Yeah.
them niggas is going platinum on the low.
But you gotta remember too, like
on the low though.
when Logic first came out, niggas was really feeling his shit. But then he go on like the Breakfast Club and you got like Charlemagne putting shit in people's ears, like
That's because he went in front of black
talking
people.
talking
He
shit
went from the
about him.
hip-hop,
You know what I'm
hip-hop.
saying? Like clowning him. So you're not
made
even
him
really
look
giving him
bad,
a
yeah.
fair chance.
Yeah,
You
he
know
made
what I'm
him look
saying?
bad.
but,
yeah.
you know,
But that's what they do though. You gotta be able
Yeah.
to, like on some hip hop shit. You look forward to going to Breakfast Club because you need to go there and show your shit, speak your shit.
Now it's the fix.
He might, yeah, but he might not. Logic may not be like
I
that.
need
that
to
though.
part.
revisit that show.
Logic may not
You know what I'm
be. He may not be that dude. But that
Part
don't take
two.
away from that nigga numbers though.
Hey, shit, take me
'Cause that
with
nigga
you.
did
Shit.
I think that nigga did like a $30 million publishing deal or some more wild shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So at the end of the day, it's like Charlemagne could talk his shit, but that nigga doing numbers though.
True. But I'm saying
Digital
for the
numbers.
everyday listener though, like for instance, when there's hip hop battles, it seemed like soon as like somebody like Charlemagne, like, oh, this person won, it fucks the battle up. Like when Nicki and Remy was going at it. He was just automatically, Nicki lost. Like, hold up, nigga, let this shit kind of keep going for a minute before you start trying to act like the end all be all.
competition hip hop is
He's entitled to his
good.
opinion.
It keeps everybody talking. Everybody got their own opinion and why they feel validated to say what they want to say
He got his
and
own opinion.
why their opinion counts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell
In the
yeah.
opinion pool.
Yeah.
But,
Charlemagne's opinion.
You know,
Yeah.
I think hip hop is it's always been a sport.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's been
exactly.
competitive.
Definitely.
And that keeps
Exactly.
motherfuckers on their toes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like when we came up, it was like we was looking at niggas like Naughty by Nature,
Yeah.
Mm.
Nas Effects, Cypress
Yeah.
Hills. We was like, okay, these are our peers. These are the guys that's gonna.
Channel Live
You know what I'm
too.
saying?
Remember them boys?
Now they came a little after us, but Channel Live was dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
My boy Hakeem.
Yeah, we see everybody.
Hakeem
Everybody.
Green. I used to get the green. You know what I mean?
Everybody you name,
Yeah.
believable. You know what I'm saying? Now you name niggas, it's like, I don't believe the nigga.
Well,
you know what I'm
shit,
saying?
niggas
Well,
some,
you believe Logic is a nerd.
some niggas. Well,
True.
some niggas got cases. You know they real with this
Yeah,
shit. We
yeah.
don't talk about that, but
Yeah.
niggas got too real.
Yeah, niggas got
Well,
So-
we was talking about some shit last week. I want to get your opinion because you came from that era. Who you think won that battle between LL and Jay-Z?
LL never battled Jay-Z.
Yeah, no, they
Yeah,
did. They did.
It went over my head. I never seen it.
Neither one of them will say who won. And I said, I thought
I've
Jay
never
won.
even knew they battled. Maybe they threw shots at each other, but no. LL battled Cannabis.
Mm.
He didn't battle Jay. It wasn't like
Nah, Jay was Jay was sitting outside the club and LL was coming out, and then they was like, we finally gonna battle.
this is on film.
Nah, no film.
Damn.
But they both told the story, and that story's identical. But they won't say who won. They both keep trying to make it seem like either or.
I
Might have
think,
been
I
a
think,
tie.
I think at that time LL's probably was like his because he been in the game so long
Yeah.
at the time. They probably would have gave it to Jay because he was probably coming with something new.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's probably.
But
how they
this
was
what I
looking at it.
said. This what I said. I said LL was already LL.
Right.
He gave Jay-Z a shot. He wasn't Jay-Z
Yeah, he
when
wasn't.
he battled LL.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it wasn't equal.
So he was past his prime, basically.
I wouldn't say I don't know. I wasn't there.
But you can't say that. Look at
LL
LeBron.
always-
LeBron playing for so many.
Yeah.
Like, you,
LL
you know
been-
what I'm saying?
LL
Like,
is
out
when
like
is
three.
your prime really up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's because
But when
LeBron
you
got
give a
that
young nigga a
vibranium shit.
Well, he
You
gave him
can't
a
say
shot.
that.
He
Yeah.
gave him a shot. He gave Hov a shot to battle in front of the club as the story
Yeah.
goes.
Wow.
Nobody want to say what happened, but
Yeah.
you know maybe
See, I wish,
you know what I mean.
I wish we had Instagram back then. I like
Yep.
the shit we missed back in the days about the phones. Yo, we missed a lot of shit.
Yeah.
A lot of stories that was untold. Like I never even heard it about this.
Yeah.
But I guess if it was today, 30 phones would have been on there. Would have been on Instagram.
Would have been everywhere.
Would have been everywhere. you
And
know?
one of them niggas' careers would have been fucked up afterwards.
So
Straight up.
today's Jay-Z and LL battle, who you think that would be?
Today, like from their prime, or
No,
just like
it's-
if they
yeah,
battled
yeah.
right now?
Like if such and such ran into such and such at a club and we like, yo, we just gonna get it popping. I would give
I'm
it to
gonna have
Meek
to go-
and somebody else.
Oh, okay. I
Maybe
thought
like
you
a
meant
Meek
right
and a
now between
Kendrick.
Jay and LL.
Like, cause I've been around Meek and them niggas actually be the niggas freestyling in the cypher in the club. And I ain't never been around Kendrick, but lyrically, I think of them two niggas or something kind of like that. They ran into each other in the club or after the
I would
club.
love to
nigga-
see
and
that.
They had a cypher. They
I would love to
niggas be
see
low
that.
key doing that. They just don't film
I
it.
probably would go for Meek though. I think Meek.
Or like a Meek and a Fab or something like that.
So you
like,
think
I would
Meek
know.
against
That's
Kendrick?
not battling though. That's just like
you know, just freestyles. Like,
freestyle.
yeah,
Yeah.
freestyles.
Appreciate
Not
it
like the
with
Murder Mook Jones.
Right, you know, like I said, it's like basketball, man.
Yeah.
Same thing. You
The
go on
sport.
the court with niggas and tie your shoes up and y'all get
Word.
it in. You know what I'm saying? After that, it's love is love.
Like the DMX joint from the movie, DMX and Jay, when they was
Oh,
in
when
the
it was on the
cypher,
tables and shit.
and X had his shit, Hov spit his shit, then the Muslim boss spit his. Like, that shit is missing. Like that's what everybody want. I mean, BET kind of brought it back with the
I
cypher,
mean, but you
but
got that's what you got battle rap for. Shout out to my man DNA and them
True.
niggas. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas, they keeping the culture alive. So whatever you want in hip hop, you can get it. You can find it.
You can find it.
If you feel
Yeah.
like it's missing,
you can
go
find
ahead
it.
and find it. It's just like you shopping at Whole Foods. Every aisle got something different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's hip hop. It's a big supermarket.
true.
Everybody can get what the fuck they want. You can
Yeah.
get this. You could go to the candy aisle
Yeah.
where they got the candy wrap, candy wrap bullshit, sweet bullshit, the cooks and the cakes and you can get all out of
Yeah.
there.
The old shit
You can
coming
get
back.
the real shit. The meat market
Yeah.
is in there. You can get the fucking steaks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the Onyx
The
shit.
quality.
That's the Onyx shit right
You
there.
know what I mean?
Hell
So
yeah.
that's how hip hop is, man. It's a wonderful thing, and it's wonderful that you can have a hip hop radio show. You could be a hip hop manager. You can do merch. You can be a rapper. It's so many different subcultures. You could be the cameraman, managers. Everybody can feed their family off this culture. That's
Hell
the
yeah.
whole the real shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about.
That's what we see now.
Skateboard, like you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying. He got his own subculture. Like
Yeah, my
That's a
shit
whole
definitely
nother
come
even
from hip hop and graffiti
exactly.
and Onyx and Wu Tang.
Yeah.
Everybody
shit that gets
benefits
you
from,
fucked up.
from
You
the
feel me?
culture.
Yeah.
That's
All
all we
different.
did
It
was
just
listen to shit like that.
goes to
and
different
Hell
places.
yeah.
Run around the city on skateboards and just wilding the fuck out.
Yo, it's crazy because I did the movie Ride and I
Mhm.
was riding a skateboard.
I know. We all
But
know.
it was crazy because I was annoying everybody on the set because I took that skateboard. It was like I dove into the character. I
Right.
had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
When it was like you got the part, I started skating. Had a little nigga was teaching me in the hood and
Yeah.
all that shit, busting my ass and all that shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That shit ain't easy.
It ain't easy, and it's really like it's a culture.
Yeah.
Because I felt it for a minute.
Yeah.
I should have never stopped skating, man.
I hear that shit all the
I
time.
always
man.
be like, damn,
Yeah.
I should have always kept skating.
But
'cause
I got that shit from niggas like y'all. That's why it's such a hip hop influence in skateboarding.
right.
Is because I named my company Dirty Ghetto Kids.
Right.
That shit's similar to Onyx, Wu Tang.
love
It's
it.
just a bunch of
When I
niggas that'll
first heard
fuck
that, I
you
was
up.
like, I like that
for
shit.
real, for real. I ain't even gonna hold you. But we all grown now. But the shit we did
Yeah.
back in the day is a
Yo,
reflection
you
of
know
hip
what's
hop and
crazy?
all
Like
that
I used
shit.
to party with this kid Henry.
Mm.
He was Harold.
Harold, yeah, nigga. Rest in peace, Harold Hunter. Yeah,
he was one
a
of the
star.
great legends.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is they from my era. I used to
Yeah,
party in the clubs
yeah.
with all of them.
Yeah, I
They used to
remember.
be the
Yeah,
kids.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah,
was
I
he
remember
in the
that.
movie?
Yeah, he was in
Kids?
movie Kids. Yeah, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
I was like that's my peoples. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I grew up from that era.
He was a up and
Skateboarding
coming actor.
always
That's
too.
the one you was telling me about a few weeks back, right? In that
Nah.
movie you saw? And you said he passed away or something?
Yeah,
That's
Yep,
the one,
Harold,
right?
yep.
The
Harold.
skate
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
He was,
No, that's my man Keenan. I was with him. when
Okay.
He passed away, but my nigga Harold, he passed away too.
Okay.
The skaters, we like hip hop niggas / punk rock motherfuckers.
Mhm.
So we know how to party to the limit.
And now
They
that's
passed the limit, too.
the hip hop fashion too.
Now it is, but
'Cause, like,
see,
Lil Wayne
that's
started
why I
wearing
don't fuck
that.
with it because I already know the results of that. Because I grew up in it with the white boys and the suburb motherfuckers doing the drugs and dying off of coke and overdosing, and I seen all that shit skateboarding. You
Yeah,
feel
but
me?
like I was saying, I would see Harold because we was hanging in Soho.
Mm-hmm.
Because hip hop,
Yeah.
at that time was in Soho. It was
At,
it was in the village.
yeah,
you
Union
wouldn't think
Square
it
and all
because
that shit,
the
though,
village in
LES.
New York is
Yeah,
far out, kind of
Yeah.
like it was far out
from the hood, right?
Yeah, it was. So
but
we
it was
coming
in
from
the city,
Queens,
yeah.
bringing that shit right to the Soho. Def Jam was in Soho.
Yeah, I remember.
Def Jam was on Varick Street.
Yeah.
Everything was in all the clubs, Mars,
Yeah,
and all those clubs back in the days. It was house music was part of hip hop too, kind of in New York at that time.
the
And
tunnel.
Nah, this is before the tunnel.
Before
I'm
the
talking
tunnel.
about Mars and you know, the world and shit like that. Like I'm talking.
Yeah, that nigga Harold was partying with them boys. We was like, damn, that nigga a star.
This is like 80. This is like 86, 87.
Oh yeah, this way before my time.
You know what I'm saying?
This is way before your time,
Oh
Diego.
yeah, that's like 10 years before my time. 10
Because I
Her
was-
mom
years.
and dad ain't
It was
even met
crazy
yet.
because-
in this motherfucker.
because I was going to the city because because the people I was hanging with was older than me. So
Okay.
it was-
Mhm.
my man, because I used to cut hair back in the day,
Okay.
and this my man Jamal used to work at this barbershop called Knaps in Brooklyn, and they was doing all the designs and all that shit on some Afrocentric shit, you know, and they was making a lot of money. And I used to go to Knaps to go check this kid out because he used to cut hair, and I had an interest in it. And I took what he was doing, I took it back to Queens and made it more hip hop. So I was doing mad designs, I was cutting Rakim hair,
Yeah.
G-Rap, all these niggas was coming in the barbershop. You know what I'm saying? And Jamal ended up working with me in Queens.
Okay.
Same kid from Knaps. We worked in Queens together, and he used to take me to the village. I used to be in Mars on fucking mescaline, wilding out. Like just before pills, nigga. This is real shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, wilding at 5 and 6 in the morning, like, and I was a young kid at that. I was only like 16.
Okay.
That's why Fredro Starr.
That's how you get. That's how you get into the
Yeah.
parties.
I had the fake ID. Fredro Starr been my fake name since 16.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
Turn that shit into
Right.
money.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I remember going up to New York and being able to get in the club and being like, "What the fuck is this?"
Crazy.
Like coming from Philly, you know, I'm coming from regular ass bars and shit, but
Mhm.
going and seeing your celebrities and the lights and the money, and then actually like meeting a cool nigga like Fredro and a nigga saying what's up, like that type of shit that'll fucking make your world.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like just for him to even speak my man Harold's name. Back then, we looked at Harold like he was a star
He was.
because he was hanging out with niggas like y'all.
Yeah.
You feel me? And him and a lot of other niggas, rest in peace, that didn't make it as far to see like hip hop and skateboarding evolve and come together to see niggas make bread and
Right.
feed their family and get out the hood. Like
To
that
see
shit,
what-
that
to
shit
actually
real, yo.
see where it went.
The
like,
results of all of the work we put in.
yeah.
Because niggas is eating off of Harold, low key right now. And he do have his foundation, but we alive to speak on the behalf of other eras before us. Other people,
Experience.
yeah, experience.
And you know what's so
You know what I
crazy?
mean?
A
That shit
lot
crazy.
of it is forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
For
of
sure.
people are forgotten, and
Yeah.
the contributions they added to this culture.
It's coming back though with social media though, because this is a conversation I had with somebody. It's like we ain't forgotten no more. You understand what I'm saying? Like with Instagram. So back in the day, it's like I break up with you, then bitch, I ain't seeing you no more. Fuck out my face, fuck
Yeah.
out my life. Like don't call my house, right?
Mm.
Now we got a phone. Like she can call your phone,
Mm.
or now you got an Instagram. Like you ain't going nowhere. Like, where the fuck you going? So now everybody's popping back up. I'll go and look for people. Like
Right.
I'll go see an old movie. I'll be like, damn, let me see if they got an Instagram. And I go and look. I'm like, damn, that's what they look like now.
Nobody's escapable.
Yeah. But it's also
You
a good
attract-
thing though.
Everywhere you go, there's a camera.
You can't go
You
nowhere.
can't bust your gun nowhere.
No, you can't do that
You
shit
can't
no
do
more.
nothing no
Yeah,
more.
no.
You see this little picture right here? That's you, right? Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Like it's popping right now. Like you can't do nothing, nigga. You
But
can't
again,
do
it
nothing.
still give us a new window of opportunity.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
To go on tour.
I usually
for,
look.
for fans to see us
Right.
again. Like that
Right.
that shit opened up
Everything,
money
yo, everything.
if you had some
Back
substance.
in the days, it was like if you dropped a record, if you had a hot record in New York and people in Paris and Germany, they wasn't getting a record till maybe next year.
Yeah, hell
Or,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
everything is the same time right
Yeah,
now.
right
Yeah.
now. Right
When
now.
one shit is out, the whole world get it at the same time, and that's the craziest shit. Like everybody's on the same. It's about everybody on the same time.
Yeah.
I actually heard music from 91 all the way up to 97 is the most streamed music ever.
I could believe that.
Like that shit, that window of opportunity
Yeah.
opened up. Like Belle Biv DeVoe, Onyx, New Edition, blah 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 blah. Like
And
if
these
you still look
these
good, if you
biopics is
still look
making
good
the
enough
young.
right now, and still got your voice or your breath to do your thing, whatever. Yo, it's money on the table for you. Now people want to see you perform. Like, damn, fuck, I'm going to the Onyx show.
Mm.
I couldn't have went because I couldn't afford it back in the day. But nigga, now I'm popping.
Yeah.
I'm taking 4 bitches with me to Onyx show. Bitch, you gotta learn about Onyx. You feel me?
Somebody
Hey,
asked me
but
the
you
other
could do
day-
that though, and that get them niggas checks.
Yeah, they
Like for real. Like I fuck with it though. Like you know what I mean?
Nigga asked me the other day, like, it was like, yo, you still doing shows? I'm in the airport. I'm like, hell, he's like, word? I'm like, yo, Karis won and Rakim and all these public, everybody's still doing shows. These
still
dudes
doing
is older
shows.
than me. So
Hell
of
yeah.
course this is what we do for a living. This is our life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like you said, until you can't breathe no more, until you're not healthy enough to do what you're doing mentally, physically, then we're gonna keep doing what we're gonna do.
You got to. I seen Michael Bivins at the airport. It was a long ass line. I'm like, damn, it's Michael Bivins. And the same airport line as me, right? I'm thinking like, damn, fuck that nigga up to these days. Maybe 2-3 months later, New Edition movie on BET. Now that nigga's lit.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Michael Bivins, I love him. Man.
But
He remind me
he-
of Jam Master Jay. I always say
all
that,
them
man.
niggas are part of the culture though.
Yeah.
And now the platform of who did what for the culture is actually being put out there. And if you professional enough, like we know the game or whatever, or been in the game and got the relationships, like it's a huge window of opportunity for us to tell the right story for what we went through or seen the experience back in the day, yo. Straight up.
New Edition was part of my sister had the album cover.
Mm-hmm.
It's a colorful album cover. She loved that record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I used to dance back in the day. I ain't even gonna front. I used to dance to the Boys.
I
and
can't
New
picture you
Edition
doing
and all
that.
I
shit.
can't even picture him.
I know.
I used to dance too, though.
Yeah, see,
Break dance.
hey, come on, man. That's what it was, yo. I ain't gonna
Break
front.
dance,
I mean, me
graffiti.
dancing, that's how I'm probably
Popping,
swagged
all
out
that.
on the board. But these niggas damn near killed that shit. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like,
see,
all
I
that dance
wasn't.
shit,
I
and these
wasn't
niggas talking about,
around.
yeah,
I
dance
wasn't
again.
like, I wasn't 18 when, like New Edition was out. But when I was like 10, 11, I was for sure playing all the New Edition songs. I wish I know all the old school
It come
music.
from,
did
it
you
come from your
learn?
parents.
Your parents?
Mm-hmm.
I would ask them like, what groups did you all listen to? Because
Yeah.
they don't even really listen to their old school music. Really, I don't know what they listen to. It seems like they don't listen to music at all.
Like
but
Anita
As soon as you go to
Baker
bed,
and
they
all that
listening to
stuff.
Luke. Getting their
Ah,
pocket.
Oh, yeah, they listen to that like they listen to their parents' music. They listen to their parents' music, like music that was
okay.
popular when their
Twerking, yeah.
parents were around. But see, I would ask them questions like, "Well, what group was this?" And then when you go on YouTube, you can lead to other people. So
Yeah.
like, I started listening to Escape
shit.
and
She
all
said
those
YouTube.
people,
Yeah.
and that's how I really got to know
we
more
grew
about.
up with the big radio joint on the side.
Oh, yeah,
that
the
broke
box,
down, that
the
turned
little
into a
box.
mantelpiece.
Right.
You put your church
the
pictures
speakers
and all.
down.
You feel me? Look, that shit ain't going nowhere. Ain't
Put
nobody
your
moving the
church
motherfucker.
pictures.
It's a mantelpiece. It used to be the stereo in the house, and my aunt was playing Anita Baker and Luther Vandross and the Gap Band. And Sade
That's that good
every
music right
Sunday.
there.
Yeah, I still play that. That reminds me of my childhood of growing up.
Yeah.
And then Kwame. I used to be in a dance group with my cousin, and we danced to. My other cousin used to take us to bars around Philly, and we used to dance in the YMCA's to Kwame Only You track.
Yo, I had the funniest story about
feel me?
Kwame. I was Herbie Hancock. I heard what's his name? The producer for Salt and Pepper. I never forget. He had
Herbie. Yeah, I know you're talking
Herbie
about
Lovebug.
Herbie Lovebug. Yeah.
Yo, we had a show. They had like a little show at this high school called in Queens. I forgot the name of the high school. And they had the little, they had all their music equipment and all of that. The thugs came in and just robbed them for their mixing board. The thugs was running down the street with their mixing board. I'm like, yo,
man.
this is crazy. But yeah, that's the
That shit
era,
look like
man.
money, right?
Yeah. That's funny. But
They would be loud to see a motherfucking Onyx movie though, my nigga. I ain't even gonna hold you though. That'd be lit, yo.
yeah, the director just called me, man. So we trying to definitely get that popping for 2019, and we just gonna show, our story.
Hey, when y'all do that press tour, man, our doors open. We want y'all to come here and
yeah.
promote
Definitely.
We stick through.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we got
Hey.
interview him next though, yo.
Yeah, both of y'all together.
Then together though too.
Yeah,
That'd be
together.
Get
lit.
the whole crew.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, get 30 niggas in this motherfucker too, my nigga. Make it crowded in the motherfucker though.
Sun
Bring that
C is
shit.
the dark skin one at Onyx. That's the dark skin one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, Sun C, shout to Sun C.
Word.
People don't see him with us a lot, but we're gonna probably do one last album.
Mhm.
We're gonna have Sun C on there, so that's it.
So was Stick really gonna fuck Charlamagne up that time or what?
Nah, man, everything's good, man.
It's politics, but
Everything's good.
a lot of niggas gonna fuck Charlamagne.
Hell yeah.
Shout to Charlamagne.
Hey, well, make sure you tap in with the Fixx when you all set that movie off. Go ahead and tell us your social
We ain't
media.
know my
and where we
social
can find
media is
you.
Fredro_Starr. Because somebody stole my. Yo, it's crazy how a nigga could get your name first and then try to sell it to you.
Damn.
They doing that on
I
Instagram
was
now
like, you
too?
can have it,
Yeah.
my nigga, if it's that serious, my
Yeah.
nigga. Fredro_Starr. Niggas gonna holler at me if you
That's
holler.
crazy.
Not holler, nigga. Like, ain't got time for that shit.
Oh yeah.
Sell me back my name and shit. That's how I got you
Crazy,
playing.
yo.
Yeah.
But,
Matter of fact,
yeah.
where you at?
Right.
I'm gonna come get it from you, bro.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You can't do nothing to these dudes, man.
I
These-
know.
You know what I mean?
That's like the movie Jay and Silent Bob. You seen that?
Nah.
When they got to the internet and then them niggas started running through they thought their movie was lit.
Yeah.
Then they started going through the comments
It-
and
it's
they
like-
wanted to fuck everybody up in the comments. Like every last nigga, they went to their house. They
That's funny.
pulled up on niggas. I was like, yo, don't read the comments, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Shit'll fuck your life up.
All right.
Yeah, niggas just be behind there just hating for no reason.
Well, that's how the internet is,
Yeah.
man. You know, everybody want to clickbait, clout
Yeah.
chase, whatever you want to call it.
Some
Not-
niggas there
not
just for
today,
that,
man. We
too.
having a
Yeah.
good conversation, good hip
Word.
hop. We're not even gonna get into the bullshit. You know what I'm
Word.
saying?
Yeah.
Niggas is like you said when you first introduced me, you said legend,
Word.
and kind of like if you would have said that 10 years ago, I kind of probably would have been like, yo, don't say that. But I think to be a legend, you got to have 20 years in and still doing your thing.
Word.
So you know, I definitely
Raise the bar,
feel
for
like
sure.
yeah, I'm a legend. You know what I'm saying?
Word, I
Because
can say
put
that
the
for
work
sure.
in, and I've came in the game
Hell yeah.
through legends.
Yeah.
I came in through Run DMC and Def Jam and that whole cloth.
Yeah.
And this is real shit.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? We
Nah,
had
niggas
we
know,
had
yo.
our battles,
Yeah, niggas know, yo.
disagreements with niggas, fights, all
Word.
that.
Yeah.
We still standing, we still strong.
Word.
And peace and love to everybody.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
That movie gonna be fire.
That's
Yeah, it's gonna be
gonna
fire.
be fire.
That's-
that
that's-
movie.
I can't wait
Um,
for that to come out.
That's heritage. A lot of
He was
motherfuckers don't have that.
grandfathered in.
yo.
You know what I'm saying? When
Hell yeah.
I first came to LA with Jam Master Jay, just me and him. Just me and him riding in a drop top. He rented it was like one of them drop tops, some shit.
Mm.
And it got cold that night. And I had a t-shirt on. And I was too scared to tell him I was cold.
Mm.
Because it gets cold that night. in
Hell
LA.
yeah.
It's the desert. That was my first. When I said LA, you always gotta wear a hoodie at night.
Mm-hmm.
That was my lesson.
That's true. That's big facts.
Real
That's so
shit.
true.
So on that note, we're
Yeah.
gonna take a break and then
Right.
we're gonna come back. You're listening to the Fixx on Dash Talk X.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.